The Boston Red Sox. Reds offer believed to be 5 years, $25 million. You hear a great upside. You hear a guy who could be like Randy Johnson to a guy who's immature and will take a while to get to the big leagues, but nonetheless, Reds at noon expected to make that announcement official today. There you have it. All right, let's get a final check of your 96 Rock traffic. Let's see how things. It's been a pretty rough morning, and snow expected. It could come this afternoon as much as up to an inch, but hasn't exactly been an easy ride this morning. Sally, how are we looking?
75 South is still about a 35-minute delay from 275 to the lateral. Everybody went 71 because of that wreck, and it's still slow now, about a 30 to 40-minute delay from before Fields Erdel to Red Bank. If you're going up towards Middletown, there's an accident there, 75 North, about a 40-minute delay from the Big Jesus to an accident just past 123. Only the left lane is open. Cleaning 4 separate wrecks on Westwood Northern at Montana, Beekman, Baltimore, and Fife. If you're on Queen City inbound, there is still a wreck just past Sunset. It's blocking the right lane. The turn lane, though, is now open. And Beachmont at Linwood, a wreck there as well. If you see anything else, Angie's at 241-CARS, 241-2277. Cloudy today, some snow showers, especially during the afternoon or evening. Accumulation up to an inch possible, and a high today 29. Tomorrow, some flurries, otherwise sunny, and a high of 31. Wednesday, mostly clear, and a high 37. Right now, it's cloudy and 19.
There's a reason why I don't watch it again.
Oh, man. Well,
it's disgusting.
I just reposted this. If you have not seen or you forgot about it from 1985, Joe
and you want to
Theismann,
make yourself sick.
The leg break now. Here, we'll use that as part of the contesting here.
All right.
But WWE... SmackDown ECW coming to town.
That's right. Tuesday, January 26th. It'll be at the U.S. Bank Arena. For more info, log on to Ticketmaster.com.
And we're going to give you tickets right now if you can answer the following question. Now, when you get these tickets, you're also registered to be one of 2 Rockheads who will go thummo against another Rockhead in our WWE competition to either take your pick of 4 ringside seats or 8 suite seats. But the bottom line is this. You need to grab your first pair of tickets right now. If you can answer this question, it was Joe Theismann's leg in a SmackDown versus whom? You mentioned it moments ago. We are going to reward
Showing you
those
pay
who
attention. How about that?
Pay attention.
749-9650, 513-749-9650. That is the Rock Line. First person in, we'll hook you up with a 4-pack of tickets. I'm Gamble. He's Finn.
I'm Sister Karen. It's Marcy Playground.
On Cincinnati's Pure Rock, 96 Rock.
Gamble and Finn are back.
I promise you will be okay.
On 96 Rock.
I don't know if we should be making those
Promises you can't keep necessarily.
Oh, my. 902, 96 Rock. Finn and the Sister Gamble's bugging out a little bit early these days. He's got NKU gearing back up, and since he didn't do a damn thing over the break, he's got to go in there and pretend. He's doing that thing where he's like pretending like he's working. You know, how, like when you're taking a nap in class and you had your head down your hand, pretending like you were concentrating, you're just out cold. I think
Absolutely.
That's what he does. He goes and sits at his desk and puts his head down and
thinks to himself, I really should have put my pants on before now.
Right. Yeah, he didn't seem all that big on celebrating National No Pants Day yesterday.
I know. I was kind of surprised. I thought I was going to get an Evite to a party or something.
Yeah, and I meant to Google and look up the results to see if anybody showed up on the subways in New York or how they celebrate, because that's really, I think, kind of how it all started, to try to get everybody up on the subways without their pants on. Now this is not without underwear.
Yeah,
you can go without pants. You can't go without the underwear.
Yeah, that would cause a problem. I think.
And correct me if I'm wrong, but years ago, weren't you able to? Wasn't there a big thing? And I know for a fact this was New York.
Mm-hmm.
That was a way to draw attention to the inequality of the law, and it was with regard to not wearing a shirt and being topless, and there were women that were riding the subway topless to make this point. It was over 10 years ago, I think, because I think actually back in the day we sent somebody to New York to do just that. Show us your melons in the Big Apple is what I believe it was called.
Really?
If memory serves my my juvenile behavior.
That sounds about like you. Yeah.
Doesn't that sound right? But I was watching, we were talking about this a little bit ago. I was watching Simpsons' 20th anniversary. I mean, the longest running network comedy in history.
Mm-hmm.
And they were talking to Al and a lot of the different guys behind, Sam Simon and the guys behind The Simpsons, and a rare chance to hear from Matt Groening himself.
Yeah.
And so you didn't see any of it?
No, I saw the whole thing.
Oh, you did see the whole thing?
Ralph didn't watch it. Yeah.
Oh, Ralph Wiggum. But I thought it was interesting. The guy that had the tattoo of Milhouse looked like Milhouse.
Look, I know.
That's
I know.
why I thought, no wonder he gravitated towards him. But
Right.
there are different, interesting, the take on, Brazil as a nation being angry over the Simpsons.
About
and
the monkeys and the rats. Yeah.
And, well, the
The Skittle-colored rats.
But
That was funny.
You think about that, and for 20 years, it's been part of our lives. I mean, that's almost half my life. It's over half your life.
Yeah.
That it's been around, and as raw as it was when it started, and the development of the characters, and I think that is one of the things that's allowed it to endure, is that whenever you get a little bit burnt out on one particular character, and I think the show was originally, they didn't really touch on this last night, but focused on Bart, and then they realized everybody liked or gravitated towards Homer,
Right.
and he became the central character, and as they were describing Homer, it occurred to me, that's me, because he's a guy. And go with me on this.
Okay. I got to think about this for a minute.
I don't have the hairdo. I don't have the build just yet.
Yes.
But he was described as a guy who is, at the end of the day, loving father, good husband, family guy, family man who does care about the people around him.
Right.
However, to get to that point,
I know exactly what you're going to say, and I agree with you.
He's all in on everything. When he's doing something good, he's all in. When he's doing something stupid, he's all in. When he's out of control, all in.
That's you.
That is exactly how I am.
That is.
When I decide that I am on board with something, even if it's the wrong thing, I'm all in.
Yeah.
And I don't make any excuses for that.
Yeah.
Because ultimately, at the end of the day, I know the kind of person that I am.
Right.
And to
Wow,
me,
that is you.
do you see what I mean?
I
as soon as
do.
they said that, I'm like, wow, I've never heard him described that way, but they're exactly.
Well,
and
that
they
is
show
true.
little clips,
Yeah.
and I'm like, nope, that's exactly right.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I'm as dim-witted. Although there are times that I go, wow, Doe pretty much sums that up.
Yeah.
But do you see that?
I do.
now?
No, I can see that.
After 20 years, I'm like, wow, somebody finally nailed it, and that's me.
Mm-hmm.
There are some days I guess I'd rather feel like Mr. Burns, but
Mr. Burns is my favorite.
is he?
I love him.
I thought it was interesting that people were picking out their different favorite, and then there was that guy in England that had that collection. It was just, honest to God, frightening.
That was freaky.
That was a little much.
Yeah. He had like the little tree house and
Yeah, I did like. I think it was in the episode right before. Yeah, it was the 8. Well, it was pushed off by the football game, but it was the episode before they went into it, and the guys were touting and recruiting the guys to come from the plant and work over at this other plant where Gary Larson had been hired
Right.
as the nuclear plant cartoonist.
Yes.
But Smithers was on the phone with him saying something to the effect of, yeah, sir, they're calling your practice of taking away the donuts draconian.
Yeah.
Comparing me to old Draco, are they?
Yeah.
It's just so good. I mean, even 20 years in, the writing is so good. And one of the other guys brought up a good point. It's like saying, it was Joe Mantegna, I think he said, who plays Fat Tony.
Yeah.
He said, saying that you hate The Simpsons is like saying you hate puppies.
Oh, yeah, I do remember that. He's like,
Yeah.
how do you not like dogs? Yeah.
Right. So, I don't know. I mean, maybe you don't like it. Maybe it's one of those shows where it just came and went. You don't much care about it. But it is one of those, I feel bad. I felt like I had let them down because I haven't watched it in a lot of years.
I have not watched the new. I catch everything in reruns. I don't make a point to sit and watch the new episodes because I don't really watch much TV in general.
Yeah.
Unless it's, something I DVR.
But what? I blame the networks for a lot of this too. I mean, it used to be you had appointment TV. And now while The Simpsons has been Sunday nights at a certain time for years and years and years and years,
Right.
so much of this other programming comes and pushes it around and moves it. And you used to be able to tell date and time
Yeah.
by what shows were on. Now you can't even find, we've moved to a new time. The special presentation. 2-hour this, da-da-da-da. So you kind of lost track. It's the network's fault that you don't follow shows the way that you used to.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think. But
I still think it's the smartest writing, though, on TV right now.
Oh, without a doubt. And
Yeah.
guys like Conan, wrote from, and there were a lot of different people that had come and gone through there that I had forgotten about. And, you look at Seth, who does the Family Guy, McFarlane,
Yeah.
and, they had...
Mike, what's his name? King of the Hill.
Oh, Mike Judge.
Mike Judge, yeah.
I mean, you think about that. If there were no Simpsons, he even said he'd probably be doing something else. There would have been no Beavis and Butthead, probably no King of the Hill.
Right.
The guys from South Park said, "Oh, absolutely."
They'd still be like in Minnesota, wherever they're
Right.
from, just in the garage somewhere.
Right.
Yeah.
But no, it was a pretty interesting show. I thought it was kind of funny that the different reactions around the world, and then the guy that I forget where he was, what country. He had begun brewing Duff beer.
Oh, yeah.
He decided he was going to brew it, and they wrapped it up by him tasting the beer, going, it's so good that the people from Fox are currently in a lawsuit.
Right.